what's going on here? It's Jamar Vegas Sense. I'm back here with another video. This one is going to be from the house of Genre Parfums, and this one is going to be the second full bottle purchase that I've made from Genre Parfums. This one is called Pendulum. All right, so as you can see there, comes again in a really nice presentation. And just to give you all just a little shot here of like the distribution and the sprayer and whatnot. Just kind of waste the spray there. It really shoots off like a really fine mist. I would say not a lot of juice comes out of it, but it does really shoot off like a really fine mist, and I do like that. So just getting into how this smells. So in the opening spray, when you first spray this on, it kind of gives off like this sort of cherry kind of cough syrup type of vibe or smell to it. And it's pretty much just like the really sweet tobacco that's in this fragrance mixing in with like that boozy rum note that this fragrance has. Now, as far as the composition of this fragrance goes, the notes in this fragrance is pretty much as straightforward and simple. So it only has 4 notes. It has tobacco, vanilla, rum, and cinnamon. And definitely to my nose, or in my opinion, I think this definitely smells like a much more complex fragrance than that. But you know, again, it only has just those 4 notes, and those 4 notes just blended together, they really sort of form like this really sexy, I would say intoxicating, almost like sort of addictive type of smell to it. You know, it's like really alluring, I would say. And I think this is definitely a good fragrance to wear in maybe like a date night situation, night out, something like that. I would say anything kind of geared towards the night. But I mean, at the same time, this is still something that I think that you can wear during the day, maybe to work or something like that. You know, this definitely, to me, it's not something that like projects super loud. You know, I would say maybe within like the first hour and a half or so, you know, it probably projects out about, you know, maybe an arm's length or so, maybe a little bit less. But, you know, it never at any time does this become like a super loud fragrance. Now that's, you know, this version of it, the genre version. I haven't smelled Initio Side Effect, which is, you know, again, what this particular fragrance is a clone or inspiration of. So I don't know how that particular fragrance performs, but definitely, you know, this one, it gives, you know, pretty decent projection, like I said, again, for about the first hour and a half or so. And then it starts to come, you know, a lot closer to your skin. But the main thing with this one is it definitely lingers and lingers. And it has a really nice sillage as well. This one, when you spray it on skin, I would say this lasts, at least on me anyway, it lasts about 10-11 plus hours. And if you spray it on clothes, it's gonna last on your clothes until you wash them. So I always love a fragrance that can give that type of performance. You know, projection might not necessarily matter that much to me, but I definitely like it to have, you know, really good longevity, and that's definitely something that you get out of this particular fragrance. As far as just my overall rating, my overall opinion of this fragrance, I think this is definitely a pretty versatile fragrance. Like I said, I'll wear it to work, but I also think that this is something that you can wear, you know, going out, either on a date or just kind of hanging out or whatever. You know, I would even say this is still something that you could wear just sort of casually as well. So this one definitely has, you know, has a lot of situations that you can wear it in. Now, this isn't going to be something that you're going to want to reach for like in the spring or the summer. you know, with some of those heavier notes like, you know, tobacco, and vanilla and stuff like that. You know, those types of notes don't really work well with the heat, unless, you know, you plan on choking somebody out. You could probably still wear this fragrance in the warmer weather, but you would definitely have to go really easy on the trigger. Right now, with it being about 50 to 60 degrees here in Las Vegas, this is definitely the perfect time for me to wear a fragrance like this, because I mean, that's really about as cold as it really gets out here. So, I mean, as far as my sprays, when I put this on, I normally go 2 here, 2 here, 2 on the back of my neck, 2 on each arm, and then I'll do maybe like 1 on the chest on like my shirt or something like that. The reason why I go that many sprays with this particular fragrance is pretty much with these Genre Parfums sprayers. Like I mentioned, it shoots out like a really nice fine mist, but it seems like not a lot of juice really comes out. So I tend to sort of double up on my sprays when it comes to, you know, these atomizers or sprayers on these bottles. But I mean, overall, like I said, this one is a really, really, really good performer. And I mean, for $29 shipped, you know, this is like an amazing deal. You know, again, I haven't smelled the original, so I can't say how close this is to the original Initio Side Effect, but you know, just on its own, you know, this is really a great fragrance. And I would say this is definitely a good fragrance to maybe get somebody as a gift for Christmas, because, you know, this is absolutely a fragrance that I could see anybody really liking. And, you know, again, this is a unisex fragrance, so, you know, definitely this is something that you could maybe buy even for a woman as well. I think it does sort of lean a little bit more masculine, but I could still see a woman pulling something like this off, okay? So again, that's my take on this one. If I'm giving this one a rating, pretty much I'm gonna give this one a 9.5. I really, really love the dry down of this fragrance. Once it starts to dry down, you know, you start to get a lot of like the vanilla and cinnamon starting to come out more, and it really just becomes just this really smooth sort of boozy type of scent, and it's really, really nice. All right, so go ahead and check this one out. It's Jamar here, Vegas Scents. I'll see y'all in the next video.